it's me, Charles Nutmeg. Today I'm going to be doing the first part of my sketchbook tour. So I had originally thought that I would want to do just one big sketchbook tour for this book. So there were a couple problems with that. First problem is you might notice it's not actually a sketchbook, it's a planner. So I can't fill it out at whatever speed I want to. I'm filling it out as the days go by. And I don't want to wait until December of this year. That's too long. Second of all, it's really big. It's a big book. It's a lot of drawings. I would probably have to make it in 2 videos anyway, so why not just get one out of the way now and actually just introduce the drawings around the time that I make them. So yeah. Okay, so first we have the different flaps of the cover. I actually decorated this. You can see I covered it in tape because this part suffered the most wear and tear, so it started rubbing off. Then the parts on the inside, I also decorated those. And then there were a couple pages that there was just too much stress put on the bindings and they just ripped completely out. So I just kind of kept them in the pocket. I apparently didn't feel the need to keep the calendars, so I just drew all over them. And then the covers. And since I am actually using this as a planner still currently, I'm gonna have to cover up some like real people's names and stuff. That's why there's construction paper everywhere. But this first section, you'll notice, wasn't actually being used as a planner because it was the section that was for the months before I got it. Some of the work in here is a little bit rougher than my current style. I didn't do most of the drawings in order, like I taped this one on to the page really recently, and then this drawing was actually from like closer to maybe August, September of this last year. I don't know. Made that one when I was really tired. I don't know why I didn't just go to sleep, but it says so tired. This is an eye. Oh, these are the supernatural characters. Well, some supernatural characters. Castiel, Charlie, Dean. First attempt, second attempt was better, and Sam. That is a yet another cringy attempt at Sherlock Holmes. Someday I'll get it right. That one was also taped in later. That was a character I was working on. And then all these are from around the same time, so you can see like this one is not quite the same as some of the better stuff I'm doing now. This one is a self-portrait. It's really into profile view faces for a while apparently. And we're getting into August, which is actual times that I was using the planner. This one also was taped in like a lot later, but this is where I started actually using it during school. So I was using the planner, so I was using it every day and also drawing every day. If you want to get into the habit of drawing often, then I would definitely suggest like getting a planner with a lot of like open pages where it'll just be there. But got you there. Forgot. I was apparently just using it as a normal sketchbook for like the first 3 weeks of August too. So this is literally my favorite in the whole book. I have to live with the fact that I will never top this. It's Demon Bird. It's my favorite. Another self-portrait. I didn't know who else to draw. And then this was actually one of the original first ones I did in the book, and now we're into September. I have a particular friend who did that at the top. If you're watching this, you know who you are. Okay, on to September. So this is what I'm talking about. Whatever lackluster attempt at a fish that is, it gets better later. There's nothing really important between here. These were kind of the first ones. Like, they were like maybe the 3rd drawings, big pages of drawings I did in the book. And this one was taped in later over some drawings that were not as good. If you notice that all the drawings in here, even if they're not like great, they have a certain level of like niceness, it's because I totally just tape stuff over the bad ones. Like, I'm not above that. I do it all the time. This one and the next one are definitely when I started getting into the habit of kind of just having my, homework assignments is mostly what I put in here on this side, and then a drawing covering the weekend and notes section. So you can see that this one as well was one of the ones that really started that pattern. And then we have a more abstract kind of thing, and then we're into October. This one was a joke amongst some friends and I. It's kind of reflecting. I don't know if you can see it, but it says the existential crisis of the sentient fedora. I don't even remember. It was funny at the time though. This one's pretty cool. Then we have some boats and some kind of sketchy perspective with what's supposed to be the roofs of houses. This one that I think looks kind of weird, but people have said it looks cool, apparently. I don't know, the feathers are okay. This one, it's a bird snail. I don't know, it never ceases to amuse me. This one is an outer space partridge in a pear tree. And then that planet has, like 5 golden rings. It was so good. And there's like a real tiny little Christmas tree planet. I was so proud of myself for that. And then Halloween was coming up. So I drew out my idea for a pumpkin pie. I accidentally drew it backwards first. That was terrible. And then the last 2 pages, they're just an abstract thing. On to November of 2018. So this one is okay. This one I'm annoyed because I like the flower, but the background looked really good, and somewhere along the line I messed it up. That one's a little weird. Her arm may or may not be broken if you look closely. Oops. But yeah, this is okay. Then we have a mermaid. There were just a lot of drawings of mermaids for a while. I don't know why. I still like mermaids. 10 out of 10 would draw again. And then this was like a week when I didn't have anything to write down, so I just covered the whole thing. That's, for some reason, congratulations in Korean, I think. Yeah. Then this that I taped in later when I got new colored pencils. And this just like, I was working on perspective. Okay, people have been disturbed by this one. It's because I have a friend who for a whole month, just every day, would carve a face into an apple. So I drew that. And then we have a popsicle that says fantastic. And because I love Christmas, Christmas is awesome, I drew a Christmas tree. My friends freaked out at me because I drew it so early in December. This was supposed to be a Doctor Who thing. I'm considering covering it up, maybe, I don't know. It turned out kind of weird. These were also 2 characters I was working on for a while. They didn't really go anywhere though. Then this is what I'm talking about. Here's another mermaid, and a different friend drew that one at the top. Once again, you know who you are. Then we have this guy. I assure you, he's okay. He's a zombie. He doesn't mind. I just wanted to have practice drawing things with depth. Then we have another week that just I didn't have to draw or write anything in the actual planner, so I just covered the whole thing. Then this one, which is pretty cool looking. I like to think that this is where the quality maybe starts to pick up a little bit. It's a little person with a fishbowl face. Will not lie, was inspired by Pinterest for this. Did not come up with that on my own. And then more little people. And this one, which I have this magical pink pen. Everything I draw with it turns out pretty cool. I didn't do a sketch or anything. What witchcraft is this? Whoa. And then just a normal Sharpie, because this is a different kind of paper. It's not really paper. So I have to use Sharpies on that. This is a little guy that I had an idea for where light comes out of his eye. I'm pretty sure my friend and I named him Mr. Lighthouse or something. I don't remember. That's a scary guy I had a dream about. This is unfinished. Don't look at it too hard. It's not that good yet. This is an automaton with legs because I felt like drawing that one day. And this one is something that my friend drew and I colored in. His name is Alonzo, and that one is Jeremy. I don't know what happened that week. It was a strange time. This was from when I got really excited after it snowed like 3 snowflakes one time, and I was like, yes, finally, yes, snow, always, very excited. This one was right around the time I got the new colored pencils. I got them for Christmas, and this was the first like big thing in this book that I used them for. It's another mermaid. I just really like mermaids. This one is entirely ballpoint pen. I filled in that entire background ballpoint pen. I killed a whole pen with this drawing. Yep, or actually no, the shiny part, it's shiny. That's gel pen. I lied. And finally, this one was one that also a lot of ballpoint pen colored this entire thing in, and then like a little bit of colored pencil right there and there. And this one was an idea for a story I had. Once again, it never really went anywhere. Do I ever get anything done? But it would have been called Radar Eve because they're both palindromes and it made it cool. Just want to stop for a moment to admire probably the best comic I've ever drawn. A cartoon, or whatever it is. It's a trombone, part Zamboni, part trombone. Thank you. Welcome to, what month is this? I can't, February. Apparently it's February. Welcome to February of this year. So I wanted to practice interiors. The Sharpie's kind of shiny, so that's like the inside of a house. It's kind of cool. Then that was when I got new gel pens, more sparkly. I love sparkly things. How can you not love sparkly? Then we have another self-portrait. I wanted to practice the drawing skin kind of stretched, not just people looking straight forward. I don't know, it sort of worked. Sometimes when I look at this it looks good, and sometimes when I look at it I'm like, oh, nope, no thank you, no. So I don't know. But I always know that it's good because I taped it in to cover up an even worse drawing that was underneath. These are also 2 characters I was working on. They show up like a whole lot later. There was just a period of time when like these 2 people, they were the only people I ever drew. Yep, we are entering that time. So we have a flower, but it actually opens up to reveal one of the characters that the only people I drew for an entire like month. And then a sparkly thing, because who doesn't love sparkly? This was with my new Ohuhu markers that I got. I was like really excited to use them for stuff. This was once again a week when I didn't have anything to write down, so I did just a big 2-page spread with the 2 characters that you're just gonna see them a whole lot. Because, surprise, although one of the best drawings I've ever done, can we just admire for a moment? Still the same guy, just over and over. And then a kind of cool negative space thing to start off March. Okay, we are entering this month. So we have this kind of abstract drawing with the lyrics to a song I was working on. Then a ghost horse. My one friend just absolutely loves the ghost horse. Shout out to my friend who loves the ghost horse. Pretty great. This one, I don't know, the strings are a little wonky, but it was funny because I was working on a project that had to do with puppets at the time. So I loved being like, oh yeah, love that puppet project, and pointing to the like creepy red marionette hand in the sky. Relatable. Then we have a telephone, sparkly, my favorite. This one was actually drawn with my left hand, but I wanted to see if I could. It's part skull and then part like moon sort of landscape. Well, I don't know, not the moon, alien planet sort of landscape with an astronaut guy. And underneath this very paper is my homework, which I am procrastinating on right now as we speak. Really love keeping it real for my viewers, so. And then finally, just an abstract drawing for the end of March. There's nothing for April or any of those months yet. But, surprise, there were blank pages at the back that I have also filled. This one is a sort of freaky looking gas mask thing. I drew it a couple months ago. This is like a spider girl kind of thing. I was inspired by Drawing with Waffles video. You should definitely check her out. She's really cool. And she did a video where she like drew herself as like a spider character, so I thought that was cool. Then it's like a little person. This one that's kind of terrifying looking, but I drew it in my social studies notebook and it was just too good, so I had to put it here. And then this is like a centaur person, little lady. I was bored, so I was trying to draw what I could see from my table. Then hot air balloons when I got new pens. After I killed an entire pen on that other drawing, that's when I got new pens from it. That same character that I drew like 50 times. And then finally, actually never mind, these are not the last two. This one, and then it folds up to reveal another drawing. And then a dragon drawn on the back of the like little sticker page. And then more just abstract doodly drawings, and that is the end so far. So very excited at the end of December of this year to make the part 2. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and I hope you liked my sketchbook tour. Sorry to anyone who knows me in real life and knows that this book like never leaves my hand, and they've probably seen the same boring drawings like 50 times, but yeah.